baby, that's just it. And she just try and get lit.
So welcome back for more Yap with Ashley. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. We have 3 more stories and then another customer of the week because I'm obsessed with them. We're going to start off with an Am I Overreacting? OP writes, Am I overreacting for breaking up with my boyfriend after an insensitive joke? Which can go 50-50. I'm not even going to give my opinion on this one yet because sometimes it's like, oh, you're in your feels. Other times it's like, they're trying to say something to you without actually saying it and trying to pass it off as a joke. So let's see. So I, female 23, just broke up with my boyfriend, male 34, yesterday after he made a joke about my body. For a little backstory, we'd only been together for about 4 months and had a few issues that were usually fixed after we took the time to stop and communicate with each other, which is standard relationship thing, so I'm not really sure why that was stated as if it's like some revelation. Like, that should be in every relationship. But if you're 23 and you're probably newer to relationships compared to somebody 34 who should be used to that, like, there's already a disconnect. The first month into our relationship, he tried going down on me, but stopped pretty quickly. When I asked why, he said he'd never been a fan of it and that the feeling of having arousal fluid all over his face was uncomfortable. I think what's uncomfortable is using the words arousal fluid to describe anything when it comes to sex. You're 34, sir. Like, you can either use the proper term. Sometimes, like, little random names irritate me. Use the proper term or just say you don't like it. Like, arousal fluid, where'd you get that from? Anyways, I chalked it up to a sensory issue and offered for us to try dental dams as a workaround. Dental dams? That's so random. What is wrong with these two? Let me shut up. We finally got them the other day, and I thought he was really ready to give it a try. Did he tell you he was going to try that and, like, sound excited about it? Or are you just, like, in your head, like, let me fix this issue and fix this man that is already well over 10 years older than you and, well, 11 years older than you. You shouldn't have to be doing all this, but okay. Yesterday morning, we woke up and were just talking and hanging out in bed. He mentioned he was hungry, so I joked and said, I've got something for you to eat. I've used that joke. His response while laughing was, I don't want fish for breakfast. Rude. I stared at him, mouth hanging open, and he followed up, still smiling and laughing, sir, read the room, with, or roast beef. I was mortified and just froze for a second while he laughed at my face. She said at my face, but in my face. I got up, told him he was violating, and went downstairs. He tried to apologize, it's too late, and said he was joking an hour or so later, but the damage was already done, absolutely. I made up some excuse about having to go home and left. When I made it home, I sent the message in the picture. So before I read that, like, I feel like you shouldn't, y'all are too grown for this. Like, you shouldn't even have to make up no excuse. Even if it's an uncomfortable topic, say like, oh, we could talk about this later, but I need to go. Like, I'm not feeling this right now. You're still young, so I get it, but like, learn how to stand up for yourself. I would have cussed him out, but that's just me. But also, side note, also know how to, correct your own issues. If you do have a smell or something, just go to the doctor, girl. I'm not saying you do, but for people who don't keep up with their hygiene or who are afraid to go to the doctor, just go to the doctor. It's okay. So she sent this message. I want to break up. I get it was a joke to you, but it was dead wrong and disrespectful. I'd never clown you on something like that. Yeah, because if you called him a shrimp, he'd be mad. I mean, maybe I'd be able to find it funny if it weren't for the fact that you literally won't even put your face near her private parts. I thought it was a sensory issue, which you came up with yourself. You didn't even ask him if it was a sensory issue. So I don't, like, you're just trying to compensate for his issues already, and it got your hopes up. And I'm not saying this is your fault, but like, he's 34 and calls it arousal fluid. It's not anything other than him being childish. I thought it was a sensory issue, but now I feel like you just think it's smelly and ugly. I don't think I'll ever be able to be intimate with you again. I like that actually made me feel, oh, excuse me, like that actually made me feel insecure as F and seriously hurt my feelings. You crossed the F out of the line. So definitely can feel where she's coming from, because it was definitely disrespectful, because he's a grown man. So if you feel like there is something going on, like, hey babe, you're smelling a little off, maybe you need to get checked, whatever, say that. Don't joke with the girl you've been with for 4 months. Like, not that in any point of relationship it's okay to joke about that, because who's gonna be giggling and laughing about you basically saying that they stink and that they're ugly, even if it is down there. Like, that just don't make no sense to me. Let's see. Comments are saying, and this is just 4 months in, imagine what kind of jokes he'll say to you in the long run. Exactly. Y'all should be like lovey-dovey. 4 months in, and this man's 34 acting like this. It's crazy. Somebody said, as if his penis smells of vanilla and strawberries. I'm female 23 and I've been with a man of the exact same age gap. Did not give oral. Didn't work out due to many things. That joke was rank. Good on you for drawing the line. Absolutely. Like, I'm glad you did stand up for yourself eventually. I think you should have put him in his place there, but you'll learn to, do that when you need to. But yeah, I just don't get, like, of course, if you want to have sex, you don't have to do everything under the sun. But, like, just tell your partner, like, I'm not going to do that. I don't like doing it. I'm not going to do it. Don't make her feel insecure because you're a jerk or because you're childish or you just don't like it, which is fine. But don't make the woman feel like there's something wrong with her because you just don't like it. But I'm sure you want it in return. I'm sure of that. So this person must be across the pond. I don't get why blokes don't want to give oral. I'd do it every day if I were if it were an option with my partner. Not every day. He said, "Look, let's go. Drop the pants." But no, I definitely don't think you're overreacting. I personally will break up with him too. One, if it's a deal breaker for you, if you're gonna have sex with somebody that they give you oral, don't be with that person if they can't do that. It might sound dumb or like childish, but if that's what pleases you, you need to be with somebody who's going to please you. You cannot, any relationship to me should be a relationship to go long term. So if you're going to get with somebody, unless you're hooking up, but this doesn't sound like a hookup. If you're going to get in a relationship with somebody and they can't do the things that make you feel good, what is the point? Like, there's only so much we can do outside of the bed that satisfies people. So when you get in that bed, you should be able to get satisfied, because it sounds like you're doing whatever it is you need to do. He's not complaining that y'all aren't having good sex or that, like, you're not giving him head, so he's not going to give you head. He needs to get over it. So yeah, I definitely think I would love to see what he replied. That ain't on here, but I don't think you're overreacting. I think it's very valid. I think you need to find someone who actually acts like an adult, for one, and also who can do what you would like them to do for you. Nothing, don't push nobody's boundaries, but yeah, not unreasonable at all. So our next story is going to be an unpopular opinion. I love these. I think I just like controversy. No, I don't. That is such a lie, because some stuff, like some controversial topics, really make me want to scream and lose my mind. Like the people who can hold their own, like respectfully in a conversation that they don't agree with, I have so much respect for, because at a certain point, I'm going to just start cussing you out and acting a fool. But this unpopular opinion is, it's beef until we die. You most certainly don't need to forgive everyone that did you wrong. And I agree 1,000%. I told y'all in the last episode that I hold grudges. I will hold a grudge. I'm telling y'all, there's certain people that will never, ever, ever, ever see nice Ashley again. It's not going to happen. You will not be in my space again. You will never have my love again, my respect, nothing. Hold that grudge. Keep the beef. Do what you need to do to protect yourself. And I'm not even saying like an active beef and grudge with somebody to where it's like every day you're thinking about how much you can't stand this person. No, I don't think about these people until it's a situation where somebody's like, oh, why don't you give this person a try again? Or I see that person and it's like, oh, I'm not going to speak because I know I don't like them. There's no point in trying to rekindle any kind of friendship, relationship, whatever it is. No, I'm not doing it. I am not a forgive and forget type of person. So they said, I think it's common advice that you should forgive people, that it hurts you more in the long run. Okay. I completely disagree, and I think forgiveness is overrated. I think you can have situations where forgiveness is not warranted. Sometimes it takes unnecessary mental and emotional energy to forgive people depending on the transgression. Yes, 100%. Like some people and I'm not talking about small things. I'm talking about those big things that have caused you so much problems, time thinking about it, energy, everything, that it just doesn't make sense for me to forgive you because you're probably going to do that again. People don't do accidental, like, they don't accidentally hurt you in the ways that I'm saying you should have beef with somebody or hold a grudge against them. It's not an accident. Do not forgive people that are going out here and doing whatever they want and don't care who they hurt. And they just think that, oh, they'll forgive me. Oh, I'll get back in their life eventually. No, not mine. Maybe somebody else's. And it's funny because my mom always talks about how I'm just so mean. I think most of my family says that. But I don't even think I'm mean. I give people so many like opportunities to be good to me before I cut them off. So, and when I cut somebody off, it's not a requirement that my friends cut them off, that my family cuts them off. I don't care who else likes them, who else is there for them, whatever. I just won't be. It's not going to happen. So if you ever get to the point where you're on my shit list, you deserve to be there. And that's just what it is. So I agree with this unpopular opinion. I think more people should agree with this unpopular opinion, which I do think people agree with it anyways. But for the ones who are always like, my grandmother, she's a big person, like, you need to forgive them. There's family. That's your family. I don't care. I do not care. Every 2 years we have a family reunion, and I could care less, to be honest, because the people who I want to see and want to see me, we see each other more than every 2 years. The rest of them, they don't care about me, so why should I care about them? And not like I would ever do anything to cross them or like hurt them. I'm not no conniving person, but I'm definitely not about to be out here just like, oh, hi, Aunt Stacy, you want $50,000 today? Sure, let me go get that on my bank account. Girl, get out my face. Well, this is a good point. This comment says, you definitely shouldn't forgive everyone, but beef is different than indifference. That is true. There have been several people in my life that I walked away from and don't forgive and probably won't ever. But having beef is like an active, preoccupying thing. I don't give them the time or space. I couldn't care less about the people I don't forgive. So if they got beef, they got it with themselves. That is a very good point. So I guess I'm a non forgiver, but I don't know if that's a word. But yeah, I don't have beef with anybody because it's not like I am past the days where it's like, oh, it's on site when I see you. I'm not doing all that anymore. But um I definitely do agree with that. So I guess, this is like a change my mind kind of one because um I won't forgive people and I definitely won't forget, but I don't have beef with anyone now that I think about it. No, because I feel like beef, you want to do something to them, like you want to get even. I'm not a revenge type of person. Like, that takes way too much time and energy. I have things to do. I got money to make. I got moves to make. I am not about to sit here and be coming up with no plan like I'm due for smirts and trying to, take over the tri state area. That's just, it's not on my radar. Not happening. So yeah, you guys let me know about this unpopular opinion. Do you forgive and forget? Are you one of them people that be stressing me out because my mama's one of them people, and then those people do the same thing over and over again? But that's good for her. It's good for her heart. It matters to her. It just don't matter to me. But whatever floats your boat. Y'all let me know what you think. If you like to forgive people, if you like to hold on to stuff, whatever it is, I'll listen to it. Let's get into our customer of the week. So this review that I found off of Amazon, because I had recently got an electric toothbrush. Since I got my braces, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I need extra. Like, I've been just doing the most trying to protect my teeth. So I got a new electric toothbrush, but let's look at the reviews, of course, because I just search and search and search through reviews until I'm satisfied. And this person goes on a long rant about their toothbrush. It says, not a convert. TLDR, bulky head, sprays toothpaste everywhere if you're not careful, which, duh. Doesn't have an auto off after 2 minutes like Sonicare. I prefer Sonicare. In reference to that, this is an Oral-B toothbrush that we are talking about. So if you don't like Oral-B, why are you on Oral-B's page buying a toothbrush? Whatever. So I switched to this toothbrush once my Sonicare toothbrush finally gave out after 8 years of twice daily use! Exclamation. They're clearly obsessed with Sonicare. Go back to Sonicare. They're still in business. Because I wanted a brush with a more compact head to get to my back molars easier, I feel like with all the toothbrushes, these electric toothbrush companies make so many variations. You had to have found one on Sonicare that you could have got. You probably didn't want to pay for it. So you over here. But that's what you get. So he continues to say, I'm just calling this person a he, I don't know. Oh, and they wrote this on Christmas Day. You are wild. I just saw that. They wrote this on Christmas Day. You were that mad about this toothbrush that you wrote this on Christmas? What other gifts did you get? And somebody's saying your breath stink. Anyways, while the head on this is smaller circumference-wise, it is bulkier overall and even harder to get in the very back of my teeth than the Sonicare. What you need is a water flosser, not a smaller toothbrush, because if the head of the toothbrush is smaller, you're not even cleaning properly anyways. You need a water flosser. That's what I got, and that thing is amazing. I got a water flosser, electric toothbrush, my tongue scraper. You need your whole little regimen, okay? So it says, I have jaw issues. It also made my whole head buzz with the vibration rather than the smoother Sonicare vibration that's just felt in your mouth. I might have to try that one because I'm not really into vibrations. It was hard not to spray toothpaste everywhere when moving the brush around. Maybe because of that uber vibration or the bulkiness. I don't understand how it is water, toothpaste, and a vibrating toothbrush. There's no way, first of all, you should have enough water in your mouth that is spraying everywhere. So you're being dramatic, for one. And two, yeah, it's going to spray a little bit because it's an electric toothbrush combined with toothpaste and water. You're making problems out of nothing. It says, I don't know. I just don't usually have that issue, but I did with this one. I kept waiting for it to shut off too after I'd definitely been brushing for longer than 2 minutes. If you know that, then shut it off. But it didn't. And I thought it was supposed to do that. You thought it was supposed to do that. So you made an assumption. And assumptions make asses out of us and something else. Whatever the damn quote is. You made an ass out of yourself, buddy. Overall, I prefer how this looks to Sonicare. Okay. But then you just say it was too bulky. Whatever. But I definitely prefer the performance and feel of the Sonicare more. I just don't get people like this. Like, all your issues with this toothbrush is not that it didn't brush your teeth well. It's that it stayed on too long, which would brush your teeth well. And also that it's a little bulky. You can see the toothbrush. And I'm going to find a way to put this in the video. You can see the toothbrush before you order it. I think it looks pretty slim. It looks like a good toothbrush to me. It comes with a travel case, 2 extra heads, all types of stuff. It's like one that has a dock on it. Like, this thing is fancy. I got a cheap little one. I got a little $8 Oral-B from Walmart because I didn't know if I was going to like it because I'm smart. Instead of going to buy a $50 goddamn toothbrush and complaining about it not being another brand's toothbrush, that's like buying a Dyson or a Shark vacuum and complaining that you didn't buy the opposite one. If that's what you wanted, why didn't you go get that? I don't get it. So you, my friend, you deserve Customer of the Week for being a dummy. I'm sorry. But this is a dumbass complaint. No one found this one helpful. Not one person marked this helpful. So, yeah. I mean, then again, too many people ain't on toothbrushes the day of Christmas browsing around, other than me, I guess. So, yeah. Y'all, don't be buying toothbrushes from Oral-B when you want one from Sonicare. Just go get the one you want. Thank you. Gosh. So now for the big story. I couldn't wait to tell this one. Am I the asshole for telling my ex's sterile affair partner to have her own daughter if she wants to share cheerleading with one? This sounds a little asshole-ish, but not the sterile part. That ain't nobody's business, to be honest. But it is necessary for the story. But the whole my ex and their affair partner, you know, I can see there's definitely about to be some hurt feelings in this. So we're gonna get into it and see who's the asshole here, or if it's everybody. Maybe it's everybody. So it says my ex, this person. Oh, my ex, 44 male, cheated on me, 40 female, and ended our marriage so he could be with his affair partner slash now wife. He wifed her, Jen, 42 female. So I don't know what happened with the whole cheating, but at least everybody's in the same age group. So it's not like he tried to, like, you know how they say upgrade for a younger partner. That really grinds my gears. So, this happened several years ago when our kids were very young. My ex gets our kids 6 days a month. Okay. He works out of state frequently, so this was the most consistent schedule where our kids would be with a parent, me or my ex, instead of being left with the babysitter or his wife. So clearly, mama do not like that wife watching her kids, okay? That has been made very clear apparently by their schedule. According to my ex and Jen, she is sterile and can never have kids. Go adopt. I don't know. And that's not everybody. That's not the best choice for everyone. I get that, but like that don't mean you about to kidnap my babies. I never asked, but they offered this up in hopes I would share the kids with her more and encourage them to embrace Jen as their second mom. I'm gonna hold off to give my opinion. I have not done this, and I have told them. She said I ain't doing that shit. I have not done this, and I have told them we are not friends, period, and they are not to expect favors from me after going behind my back and doing what they did. I 100% agree with that. Jen was someone I knew before learning the truth. Damn. She was dating someone in my ex's friends circle and made a point to get to know me. I found out why after. She was expecting us to be friends, or being friends would help me to not hate her afterward. Baby, if anything, that's gonna make me hate you more. I'm never one for like if your man cheats, be mad at the girl. But bitch, you up in my face on purpose? Cause you think that's gonna get you brownie points? It might get you punched in your mouth. What's wrong with you? You had a better chance by not being known than to be in my face knowing that you're banging my husband behind my back and planning on trying to take over my children. No, absolutely not. I said I was going to wait to give my opinion, but no, not in that case. So it says, I bring this all up because what's currently going on. Jen was a big cheerleader in her youth and volunteers with local cheer groups. She wants my daughter, 10 years old, to get involved in cheer. My daughter told me about it the other week because Jen was trying to make her go and my ex was backing Jen on it. She told me she didn't want to. That should be the end of the conversation. And she needed my help. All the kids are aware of the fact that stuff like this has to be agreed on by both me and her dad. Me and her dad. And I can see why, because if he's out of town most of the time, that means mother is going to have to, get her to practice and everything. Or in Jen's mind, she thinks she's about to be taking that baby every day. I call her baby. She's 10 years old. She's a baby. She's going to be taking that baby to cheer every day like that's her daughter. And I would have a problem with that too, to be honest. Like, it's nice to have a step parent who wants to have a relationship with the kids, but like not in the way that you want to just go be like a tiger mom. I don't even know if that's the right word. But like you want to go live through that child and get her into the sport you used to do. That's not you trying to be there for that child because she don't want to do cheer in the first place. But you're trying to force that on her just because you don't have your own daughter and you wanted a child to do that. One, you don't even need kids, to be honest, because I can't stand parents who have children just to fulfill their dreams. You did cheer. You had your time. And now you coach cheer. That should be enough. You cannot force this child, this 10-year-old, to get into cheer when she doesn't want to because you want to live through her because you had your time and you're over it. You better get into an adult cheerleading league. They got to have them. Or go on TikTok and dance. I don't know. So it says, I reached out and told my ex our daughter will not be put into cheer against her will and that she needs to stop pressuring her to join. He didn't respond back the way he was supposed to, which they use an app. So I noted this reply on the app. She got everything covered and got a lot of cussing back. Cuss at me, I'm gonna cuss at you back, goddammit. Jen tried to call me, but I didn't answer. She approached me a few days later while we were in the same store, and she told me I can't keep punishing her by depriving her of my children. Girl, who is punishing you? You see them kids 6 days a month. You see them kids whenever that man is in town. You're not getting punished, but I'm not gonna punish my child to fulfill your dreams when you came in here and was banging my husband, and now we're divorced and y'all are married. No, like she said, she don't owe you no favors. And you're talking about a child who has their own will and is saying they don't want to do this. It's not like the mom said, oh, the kids are never allowed around if Jen's going to be around, so Jen needs to get in a hotel when they're over there 6 days out of the month. Like, girl, cut it out. Stop trying to be the victim. She says she's been in their lives since they were little. Yeah, I know. When you was banging my husband. And she has every right to bond with them and share stuff with them like that. I told her she does not get to force my kids into stuff like that against their will. Exactly. I walked away and she followed me around for a bit. You should have fucking punched her. Sorry, guys. Violence isn't the answer. I walked away and she followed me around for a bit and told me how it was her dream to share chair with her daughter. Okay, but this isn't your daughter. Sorry. Y'all clearly ain't a blended family because it ain't going down like that. So cut it out. Where the hell did I leave off? I walked away and she followed me around for a bit and told me how it was her dream to share chair with a daughter and all the crap that I don't care about. I told her she should have her daughter of her own if she wants to share it with her and leave mine alone. She stopped following me after that, and I heard from my ex a few times after saying I was cruel to say that to her knowing she can't have children. Am I the asshole? No, absolutely not. One, you're advocating for your child. Two, she could go out and adopt, or those kids that you cheer. Like, I know a lot of coaches who look at their, like, each team each year as like their children. So that should be fulfilling enough, because if you had a daughter, that doesn't mean she would like cheer. That doesn't mean she would be good at cheer. You might have a daughter that wants to go play fucking basketball, and then you're really gonna be pissed. Like, oh well, get over yourself. You got to do cheer. You now coach cheer. That should be enough. So no, you're not an asshole. And the father is an asshole because you're showing your children that it means more to them or more to you what she wants than what they want. Because this poor girl, she don't want a chair. What don't you get, Dad? Advocate for your daughter like her mother is. Because pretty soon you're going to wonder why them kids don't even want to come around you. You only see them 6 days out of the month. So that's 20-something days, depending on which month, that they're with mom. And then when they are with you, you're trying to force them to do stuff that makes them uncomfortable just to satisfy your wife. That's not fair to them. Them babies deserve better than that. I don't know how old their other child is, but yeah, she needs to cut that out. And Jen needs to back the fuck off, okay? Back up, Jen. Somebody said, absolutely. Kids should never be pressured like that, especially when they've already said no. Exactly, because this child needs to know that they can say no to things that they don't like, that makes them uncomfortable, whatever. So her voice needs to be heard, and people need to respect that. And that is learned by your parents hearing you and respecting your decisions and allowing you to make those decisions. So Dad is just telling this poor girl that whatever she wants, it does not matter. It truly doesn't for him. As long as wifey wants it, he's going to go with it. And it says, adding the grocery store incident to the app is smart. It's always good to have a clear record of what's happening. I would go to the damn grocery store manager and be like, can I get a clip of that video? Can I record it on my phone? Whatever you got to do. Because this seems like it's going to get into a sticky situation. I would have, the mom already seems like she's on it and keeping keeping documentation of everything. I would keep it that way. And to me, it doesn't sound like at all the mom is trying to keep the kids from Dad. It sounds like Dad's schedule doesn't allow more than those 6 days that they, agreed upon. And she don't want them kids over there if the dad's not there. Understandable. They are his kids, not Jen's. And clearly you can't trust them around Jen alone because she's trying to force this girl to do something that the girl already said she don't want to do. So yeah, you're absolutely not the asshole. You're doing exactly what you need to do for them kids, and I think you should keep it up. So I'm very proud of Mom. You keep going, girl. And get that little girl into a sport or an activity that she actually wants to do, and Jen can kiss her ass, okay? So thank you guys for joining me for another little yap session. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below, subscribe, like all the good things. Let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. Anything you agreed on, disagreed on, I'm here for the discourse. Don't mind you guys disagreeing with me. Just let me know what you think.
I just grind, baby, that's just it. And she just try and get lit.